everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Fingered Cat. I made a card and I remembered to stick the video on. For those who follow my blog, which is inkyfingeredcat.me, I make a lot more cards than I actually video. I just forget to put the camera on. But on this occasion, I did. So, I started with this whole pile of purple themed papers. Why? Well, the person I was making the card for, I don't know, in my head I just thought, yeah, she'll like purple. I don't know if she does or she doesn't. And that was why I grabbed that. And I had an idea about what I was doing in terms of I wanted to use this splendid flower bouquet stamp and die and stencil and embossing folder set from Altenew. I've had this for a while. I've used it a lot. I've just not used it recently and I really wanted to get it back out and use it again. So I did have a general idea as to what I was going to do, but I didn't have a plan as to what it would end up turning out like or which papers to use. So I just grabbed purple pattern papers that I thought worked together. Who knows? I then stamped the image onto some white cardstock. I am now using the stencils onto a waffle flower grit mat, and I'm going to colour it in. Now, I stamped it quite lightly using Sahara Sand ink, so it's like a beige colour ink, because I didn't really want the line art to be there necessarily, because I'm going to use the embossing folder at the end when I've die cut it out, etc. And so I just wanted the lines to be there to make it easier for me to line up the stencils. I could have used the dies and that would have been fine. But yeah, that's basically what I did. And I did do a little bit of boo-boo with the ink. I did get it over the edges in a couple of places, but it really doesn't matter on the final piece because once you've gone over the leaves, it doesn't matter that there was a bit of purple on there. It just adds to the shading. I used a lot of different coloured inks. I can't remember off the top of my head what any of them are, apart from pretty sure it was Perfect Plum was the purple and Sweet Sugar Plum with the pink. And Tranquil Tide was the main green colour that I used, but I pulled in a few other colours. I think I even pulled in Concord Crush, which is a very old purple Stampin' Up colour, for the final details on the flowers. You'll see I also used, I think it might have been Old Olive, I don't know, to just add a slightly different yellowy tone to the green, to some of the leaves. But then I decided no, I would stick to the more tealy green colour that is Tranquil Tide and go over them with that. So there's some variation between the colours of the leaves, but they are very much more the bluey colour rather than the yellow colour of green. Yeah, I didn't do a great job of the stencil in there. I sort of shifted it a little bit by accident. So this is where I've brought in that dark purple, which is that Concord Crush, and it just adds some of the details onto the flowers. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I'm going to take my die cut it out, and actually the piece of cardstock that I've got is folded over, so there is actually two pieces of cardstock. So you'll see what appears quite quickly is that I've got two layers because I'm going to stack them up. I did only go for 2 deep on this one. I quite often stack up 3 or 4 layers sometimes just to make it really chunky, but on this one I just kept it to 2 because I've already got quite a few layers of cardstock and I knew I was going to raise things on foam, so I thought no, I'll just stick to the 2 layers on that particular piece. So I'm now going to pop things together. I have roughly gone for 6x6 being the base of that panel that is vellum. It's like a sparkly vellum. And then I've gone for 1/4 of an inch narrower with the first layer of pattern paper, and then I've sort of created a panel coming down from the top of that water lily type paper. I've then got a 1-inch strip of the purple going across, and then the circle is cut apart. Oh, sorry, that's me showing you that I've embossed it. Clearly, I didn't show you very well. You'll see it on the pictures. But yeah, that's a cut apart from Lollipop Box Club kit, and I just roughly cut it round because it's not a perfect circle. Now the sentiment I kept to the same stamp set. I love the sentiment that just says happy birthday, but with the swoopy and the little writing to match in together. I think it looks really cute. I stamped and embossed it with white detail powder, and I did it twice just in case I messed one up. There was one slightly more perfect than the other, so the one that I used was the one that was slightly more perfect. I've put the other one aside for using on another project at some point. That was me just having a little look. I also die cut the cardstock 2 more times in order to stack it up, and at first I was just going to do 1 layer and then changed my mind and decided to do the second layer as well. So the sentiment itself is 3 deep. The flower is 2 deep. Everything else is just single layers at this point. Yes, you can probably sense there's something else going on here. Right, the person whose birthday card I am making, it is her 50th birthday, so it is a special birthday, and we're really looking forward to going out and seeing her for her birthday. The only issue is I'm making this a couple of days before the event, and at the moment we are a bit snowed in. We're not really snowed in, but all of the back roads are really treacherous, and I feel really nervous about driving in the snow or trusting a taxi driver to drive us in the snow. So we are making a call a bit nearer the time to see if anything has managed to defrost and how the roads are looking before we make a decision on whether we go or not. But hopefully we're going to get to celebrate with her. If not, just means we're going to have a second party at some other point. Obviously I can't go and invite all of our friends, but yeah, we're going to have to do that instead. So that was pretty much it, except for I decided I would raise this up on foam. Did you notice? Sorry, I'm just going to mention the circle I also stuck up on foam with the sentiment hanging off the edge. I stuck those 50 foam letters, or foam numbers, onto it, and then I just put a piece of craft foam behind the full panel. This is then on an 8x8 card blank. So it's raised up, it's got the bit of dimension between the background, the base and the background, and then you've got a bit of dimension with the flower and the circle and then those foam letters. So it's quite a chunky, nice dimensional card. I did add those little gems as well, which I think are just really pretty. So there's a couple hanging off the edge onto the flower and the background, and 3 on the main circle element. So happy birthday to our dear friend Anne-Marie, and I hope we had a lovely time celebrating your birthday. That's what I'm hoping for. I actually think that this is going to go up after her birthday, so we'll see. I just thought I'd put a little bonus in. This is the craziness of my desk having made that one card. Just me? No, everybody else is the same. Okay. So I hope you like that. Please do leave me a comment below. Subscribe to see more. But until next time, bye.